downed a whole bottle. Then we took a few tabs, or something like that. And then we went out into your hallway, snatched that shit up, fucked that shit up.
As I was going across the street, this car was barreling down at me. And I was like, oh, shit, better step it up. So I ran across the street so I didn't get hit by the car. If I had known what I would have known then, I probably would have just gotten hit by the car. That would have been a lot better. But I was running, and my foot got stuck in the track bed, and I launched forward into the proper track bed. And I went to catch myself with my left arm and stiff-armed out. And when I stiff-armed and I hit the ground, the rest of my body rotated underneath the lock stiff arm. And there was a horizontal bolt in the train track about 6 inches out. And I went face first into that bolt, and it entered below my right eye. And I got impaled by the bolt, and the sudden impact.
Christ.
Yeah.
I've seen the pictures. It's fucking hectic.
Yeah, if you want, we could put it in the Degenny Diaries. I'll send the pictures to you. You can
I'll
put
post the pictures of it because it's fucking brutal.
Yeah. But it didn't stop there. So I got knocked unconscious, and somebody happened to be walking by, and they looked down the track bed, and they were like, hey, there's some dead dude down there. So they walked back in the restaurant, and they told the bartender, they're like, hey, there's a dead guy in the track bed. So the bartender, my friend, Dan, he's like, he walks out, he goes, oh yeah, shit, that bitch is dead. He didn't even recognize me. I was just in the restaurant. He calls 911. He's like, yeah, I need a morgue out here. And right then a train started coming, and the train doesn't stop at that intersection. Yeah, it gets worse.
So that's a little snippet of page 3 of the Degenny Diaries with Special Operations U.S. Army Ranger Red. If you want to listen to the rest of the episode, then head to the Patreon. The link to the Patreon is in the description of the podcast you're listening to right now. If you are already a member of the Patreon, there's a link to the exclusive I'm Quitting Alcohol Spotify. It is only accessible to people who have joined the Patreon. So that is also in the description of this podcast. So do that. If you would like to be one of the Degennys interviewed on this podcast, you got to be part of the Patreon. It's a pint a month. It's less than a fucking pint a month. Anyway, if you don't know how to fucking access the description, just head to my website, boylecomedy.com. Everything's there. I'll see you over at the Patreon, and I'll see you the fuck later.